This is the Aeropress XL, a fully manual, immersion and pressure hybrid coffee brewer. Released on July 7th, 2023, it is finally, after 20 years, the answer to a higher capacity Aeropress. But does it live up to the expectations and legacy of the original? Let's take a look. So the XL is about twice as large as the original, with a maximum water capacity of about 500 milliliters. It's approximately 14.5 inches tall and about 3 inches wide. It's made of the same ultra-durable polypropylene plastic as the original, which feels very high quality, but it still has a plastic aesthetic that's reminiscent of a Nerf gun. While maybe not the most pleasing look and feel, it is nice, especially in a commercial setting, that it can survive a lot of abuse. This one has been in daily service at a coffee shop for about 3 months now. It comes with 100 filters that I used up a long time ago. Extra filters are about $9 for 200, a scoop that I lost, and a large plastic stirring paddle. It also comes with this carafe that is made of Triton plastic, which is BPA free and shatterproof. It looks really cool but still feels kinda cheap. Glass would be a lot neater, but again much more fragile and probably not practical for a freebie. The lettering on the side is another story. I really wish it was red like the original, but more importantly, it's wearing off despite rarely being submerged or even exposed to water. It doesn't help the aesthetic any. I'm gonna put a sticker on mine and call it good.
So how about brewing coffee with it? On the official website, it strongly discourages using the inverted method, that due to its size, it could tip over and burn someone. While this is a fair warning, I have used it inverted several hundred times without issue. But for liability and safety, I will just start out by saying, don't try the inverted method, it is extremely dangerous. And honestly, I've used both the inverted and standard brewing methods with it, and it's difficult to perceive much difference. So for everyone's safety, we'll keep it upright. It uses a larger filter than the original, so they are not cross-compatible. At the time of this review, there is no official metal filter, nor could I find any aftermarket one, but I'm sure one will manifest soon. There's marks on the side for measuring how much water you're putting into it, but I just use a scale because it's a lot more precise. So obviously we need to use more coffee than the original. I've personally found using a 1 to 12 coffee to water ratio is nice, but for the sake of round numbers, especially in our coffee shop, we use 40 grams to 500 grams of water for a 1 to 12.5 ratio. I grinded the coffee on a medium fine setting, a little coarser than I would for the original Aeropress, because with the sheer volume of coffee, it is a little hard to push through if it's too fine. So with this recipe, I start by adding 200 grams of water, and then stir about 20 times. And then I add the remaining 300 grams of water for a total of 500 grams. Put the plunger in to keep it from dripping too much. And then I wait about 1 minute. Okay, now comes the press. I aim for about 30 seconds of pressing time. It is quite a bit harder to press down than the original. Makes for a good morning workout. And there we go. Look at all that coffee. Enough to share if I had any friends. Coffee? Anyone? So, how does it taste? Well, it's nearly identical to the original. It is clean, bright, and delicious. Without a doubt, my favorite way to drink black coffee. I've tried recipes for it using the original Aeropress capacity, and it works just as well, so if you don't want to brew a full batch, it's excellent for making a small cup too. It's extremely easy to clean with just a twist of the cap, pop of the plunger, a quick rinse, and you're good to go. I'm a huge fan of taking the Aeropress on hiking and camping adventures. So, with the larger dimensions of the XL, it has clearly lost some of its portability over the original, but it's still so easy to pack and fairly self-contained. For a solo hiker trip, I'd probably stick to the original Aeropress, but if I am taking a friend with and I have some extra space in my pack, I wouldn't hesitate to throw the XL in. So, who is it for? It really is just a scaled up Aeropress. If you want to brew more at a time and size is not an issue, get the XL. If you've never tried an Aeropress, I strongly recommend it. It brews faster, simpler, and better than most pour-over setups in my opinion. I am proud to say I've converted a lot of people to drinking black coffee, and I think I owe a lot of it to the Aeropress. It's also great in a coffee shop setting as it is so much faster to brew than say a Chemex. For those busy days you just want to get a cup done, this is the way to do it. It's also quite a conversation starter. Every time I'm brewing one of these, somebody asks a question, what's that? And I get to talk to them about making coffee. Now, who is it not for? If you already use an Aeropress and are happy with it, and you don't need to brew more, the XL will not add anything for you but bulk. On the other hand, it produces about 500 milliliters of coffee per brew maximum, which might not be enough for some people to replace, say, a drip brewer. It is also much more hands-on and laborious than an automatic brewer, so it might not be your thing if convenience is priority. If you like the grittiness of using a metal filter, say in like a French press, this will produce a much cleaner, brighter cup with less body, which might not be your preference. I pre-ordered mine for $79.95 direct from Aeropress, but they shortly dropped the price by $10 right after the release, and they automatically refunded that $10 to me, which was pretty nice. So to wrap it up, at about $70, I think this is a fantastic deal for a very durable, excellent working, made in USA coffee brewer. The accessories are pretty good, but like the brewer itself, everything does have a very plastic feel to it. The aesthetics of it are honestly my biggest negative. It just isn't nearly as cool looking as a Chemex or a ceramic brewer. But that's not really the point of it. It is a highly durable, portable brewer that consistently brews the best black coffee.
Hey everyone, what do you think about the Aeropress XL? Also, is there anything else you'd like to see covered? Let me know in the comments. I'm making more videos about coffee and the Aeropress XL, so make sure you're subscribed for updates. Thank you so much for watching today, and have a good one.